Hello and welcome to Geekatplay Studio tutorial. In this tutorial we'll look how to create some out of space scenery. We'll look on some materials, and let's begin by destroying our ground, so I don't want any of them, and we'll change our atmosphere. We'll go to other, and we'll select outer space. This atmosphere is come default with a view. So next, what I want to do, create first sphere, and let's open the sphere for the material editor. We'll go to advanced material editor, and we'll switch this one to volumetric material. We'll come back to all these settings, but at this point let's click on density and go to our edit function, our function editor. And let's add noise node, and we'll switch this to the matte. And let's select the leopard. Okay. On this point, I don't want to modify anything. We'll control those with other functions. Okay, so one will create a turbulence now. Oops, I don't want this. We'll just need to click somewhere on the side. Click turbulence. Okay, and we'll just connect our origin to this. So if you see, we connect our origin to our turbulence node. Inside turbulence node, let's say it maybe this about 4, a little bit below, maybe 0.8. This is kind of settings you can play around, see whatever you like it, and a bit higher. I think this will do great. So next, what I want to do is connect our scale. Okay, and to connect our scale, I'm just again clicking on the side. We'll go to simple fractal. Okay, and we'll set maybe this one simple fractal to like 2.3. Okay, let me bring a little bit higher so we can see here. Maybe this one to about 1, increase a little bit contrast on this one. And let's pop up again as well. Maybe around there. So we have it. Now let's connect. Okay, we'll go right here, and I want scale. So you can click right here and just drag right there and destroy our atom. So here what we have our noise, and we're already connected. So next, what I want to add right here, blender, and we'll switch this one to combiner. Okay. Well, let's leave it as blender actually for now. Let's adjust the stuff. Also, let's click on the side and add edge of incidency. Next, what I want to add, it is filter. We'll connect those together, and I will take from our blender and connecting to this filter. Also, any filter I want to modify slightly. Just adjust a little bit like this, so we can see how the edge going. Let's click OK, and now inside our blender, we'll just a little bit more to 7. Oh, here we have it, our preset. Yeah, also, I want a little bit reverse color, so we'll go switch to subtract. Okay, let's click OK on this one. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to modify this setting. So let's switch our color. Something like bright orange, maybe. One here. Maybe set this to a little bit more. Reduce 1000. 38. Maybe around this area. Here we won't use it any. You can speed up quality if you want to increase. So let's go to lighting effects now. Okay, and switch from uniform to edit. Give us more light. Okay, click OK. And on this point, if we preview right now, you already have a very cool material you can use like it's almost some explosion star or something else going on. You can see how the edges work nice. And this is already very useful can be texture for you, for the material. But we can add even better. So we create another orb. Sphere, sorry. Let's make a little bit smaller, plate is inside. And even combined with this, if you preview, you can see how the effects start working around. But now we'll open this sphere and let's work on this material. Actually, you know what? Let's switch this one to going glowing, and we'll select severity. So we'll use this one as our base to work with this. Okay, let's edit color map. I want to add one color, same way we have it here, and this color I want to actually make it brighter. Let's make it yellow. Okay, click OK at this point. Let's go to highlights. Bright, maybe undo side, and maybe change this a little bit more to the, so it won't be this shiny. Okay, we'll come back after to all other settings, but right now let's go edit our function. Okay, and when we select the constant, we'll just replace with a simple fractal. And a simple fractal, we'll go modify these settings, maybe set to about 4.6, somewhere around this area. Let's pop up this up to 1, and maybe this one go around 3 and 5, somewhere around this area. So what we have it kind of edges going around here. Also, let's take our one and we'll connect. Oops. Must be show you right here, so it's connected. We'll connect it bumps to this one. Okay, this is look right now, and click OK on this one. Let's go now to global transparency. And I don't like these hard edges. I want to create a little bit softer. So we'll replace this with a edge on this one, and we'll add a couple filters. Okay, and we'll take one filter and modify it. So we'll have it a bit darker looking on the edge. And you notice it's actually kind of decreasing in size. So we'll go to this filter and switch this to opposite. So now we have an edge. This is a softer kind of edge is going around. Let's click OK on this one. Now we'll go to effect and we'll go to intensity. Click on this lighting, so it's open our editor, and we'll go from global intensity and we'll just connect to this one as well. Click OK here. See our production. Yeah, okay, and you know what? Maybe a little bit reducing radius. And here is settings, what do you like? We can rename this to the sun or some other ones. Okay, let's click OK. And now when we preview, you can see we have a very glowing kind of sun planet. We can reduce again, go open again here, maybe reduce some radius even smaller, create on this. Okay, you can also, if you want, you can increase contrast, so it will be a bit this way. Also, if you want, you can create a very big glow. It's up to you, whatever you decide, to depend on yours kind of creativity. Okay. Same if you want shiny or dual. Let's click OK now. Let me just a little bit smaller. We also can take our main camera and bring it a little bit closer so we can preview close-up render. We can work a little bit better on the edges right here. So we'll have it smaller, but this is already, you can see how with this effect we have a nice old red dwarf sun with a star, like almost big star. Okay, so let's take these two spheres, press Ctrl G, and we'll save this as a sun. And you know what, let's save right now this model that we create with all textures. So we'll go to save object. Okay, let's click sun, and be sure you select the incorporate texture map, so we save our textures. They're also at this point, because this is a very nice texture, you can reuse it over and over, we can save them as well. So let's save this one model, we'll just save that one, and also let's, you know what, open this by itself. I'll call it Corona maybe, and just save this material by itself. We'll just save in the same folder. Okay, you know what, let's also save our sun as well. In this case, you start building kind of your library of material, you like it and you're creating. Okay, so we're done with this. Let's now delete this, we'll load it after, and let's create another sphere. You know what, let's do a couple of things. Let's go to reset it to default color. Okay, so we'll reset, we'll open to edit right now, and we'll switch same to volumetric material. Again, we can come back to this colors, but for now we'll open again edit function and density. Okay, and what we're going to do is add noise node to this and switch to math, and we're going now to the select onion. So it doesn't look like a big change, but what we're going to do, we'll go to work on our origin. So let's go click right here, add turbulence, and we'll go right and we'll select our origin right here. The one thing, if you have a hard time selecting, you always can click on origin right here, it will add node, and just take from this node, connect here. But after this, you kind of want to clean up by deleting this constant node it will create. So let's select our turbulence, and in the turbulence, let's put this one maybe down to like around 1.6. Probably want to pop up this higher. Maybe 1.9. Let's see, probably on this one will be look nicer with nice comments, and we'll add 4. Like this, we'll leave it this one 4, and we'll add combine mode. Let's add. Okay, what doesn't look, maybe I want to make a little bit smaller those ones, they look a little bit too big, so we'll go on harmonic, and we'll just maybe drop this back to around 0.5, so it will look smaller for that effect. So we have this one. Let's select this node, it's highlight now. When you click on this, we'll add blender, and we'll switch this to combiner for now. Okay, and let's add another kind of fuzzy runs. We'll add our edge of instant, and we'll connect them together. And I want to add also filter here, so we can control how it's going. Okay, and you know what? Let's do a couple things. Let's actually make opposite this one, so it will give it as nice going around. And on this one, we'll probably want to take on that and pop to maybe one around that, so we have nice black round and good texturing around here. I think that's all right here. I'll click OK. Now let's switch this color, and one thing what I want to do is have 3 of them creating the same things, but I want to do different colors. I want maybe from yellow to the or blue, kind of yellowish and red. Let's create this one as blue. We want this one. Okay. You can also a little bit decrease if you want it, or leave it same as 1. It's up to you. And you know what? Let's do one thing. Let's make it a little bit elliptical. Okay, what's happening right now? Okay, we forgot a couple of things, so let's go open and let's modify some of these settings. So in here you can control with those settings your density, how dense you want to look, depending how far you want it to be, also how fuzzy you want it, and we can actually pop up a little bit quality on this one as well. Okay, and we'll go here. We'll leave it this one as uniform, so everything is quite right. Again, I'll say if you very much want, you can decrease, so it will be hopefully a bit smaller. And what we have to effect, you can see it's like warm hole or something, kind of like explosion. So we have it 1, we'll put it about here. Okay. Let's next what I want to do is hold down Alt button, and when we'll click, it will duplicate for us. Okay, on this one we don't want to overlap them. They just need to be kind of closer but not overlapping. Okay, we'll increase size for this one. So you can see like 1 second, maybe a little bit too big right now. Okay, let's go open, we go and we change this color, maybe to something more like yellowish red. Okay, let's now again go right here, hold down Alt, duplicate one more, right here, and we'll switch this color to red. Okay, we'll take our camera now, and also let's move just a bit away. Okay. Also change on this one. Also selecting both of them at the same time. So here you can see we have almost like explosion with different coloring. And again, this is very bright colors. One probably make them more dual. So switching a little bit to realistic. And again, okay, if you think this one, you can control density 2 ways. You can increase, or you can, if you just shrink, you will notice how they will start kind of almost disappearing. So its density on the material will change as well. Here we have kind of explosions, too much. Let's preview. Okay, and I want also now shrink them. Where now? Okay, here's one thing. Let's add star, and it's actually easy. We'll just add light. We'll put light right here. We'll go to edit our light settings. We'll go to lens flare, random strikes, increase density. Okay, let's add a blue anamorphic for this one, and we'll just leave it like this. So again, if we preview right now, let's click OK. You can see we have like almost star explosion happen right here. And at this point, let's load it our model. Select our sun. And if you want, you can put on the middle, or you can put on the side. But let's try this way. Let's just put behind right here. And you know what? Let me destroy this one for the second. So I want to see how it's going. So you can actually see how we can play around with this. Okay, let's now take our sun and move maybe closer to the camera. So we're creating close view, some supernova, and these colors just slightly not yet there. So I will maybe play a little bit more with these colors on our novelist to be sure they look a little bit more appropriate. It's kind of don't like how they look right now. Now, other things, if you want to create very fast like meteors, it's many other ways you can do. The one of them it is just have it terrain done, and I think this one is almost probably the easiest way to do it. For terrain, you will just add switch to simple material, you add ecosystem, you'll add rocks, click OK. Give it a little bit less density, a bit smaller size. So we populate with the rocks, and we'll take main and we'll set transparency all the way. Okay, we don't need to run this one. Click OK, and you will have it kind of like almost floating rocks. Maybe we have too many of them. So let's decrease density. Yes. There you go. So here we have kind of like floating rocks. Our sun looking very nice, and maybe the coloring, maybe we can have it actually not red inside and blue on the counter. This is probably will give it better effect to us. Let's switch this one. So we'll switch this one to the blue. Dark blue. And we'll switch this one instead to the red. Okay, I think almost done. Maybe just slightly increase. Again, with this one, you know, it's a one thing. It's like a kid in ice cream store. You never know what you want it, and you can start continuing playing more and more with this and set up more stuff around. Okay, but I think for now it's very good. Let's give you an idea. Also, other things I recommend, you can go to user settings and just disable object. It will give you nice anti-aliasing if you want it, but for some pictures I like to disable them, but leave it all other stuff on. Let's have it a higher picture, and let's render our final image. Okay, and here's our final image. And what it's, again, you can create a lot of stuff. We can add additional texture to the rock, but in this tutorial what I want to show you is how to create a couple interesting things. First, we create like a red dwarf, the planet with two interesting textures. You can use them by themselves, like planet, red planet, and a sun corona like right here with a nice stripes going out. Next we create this shockwave that is coming maybe from some supernova explosions. You also can do maybe this like a warp tunnel from this texture. And thank you for watching this tutorial from Geekatplay Studio. Please come visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.